Hi there, this is Ms. Zambrano, a biology teacher at Sacred Heart Cathedral as well as department chair, and I'm here to review your summer homework for honors biology. Disclaimer, I do have a dog, so I apologize in advance if we are interrupted by some barking. But let's get started first just to make sure we're all in the right place. So, a reminder, if you have recently added the course, maybe you didn't have a chance to chat with either myself, Ms. Basile, or Mr. Dannison, the honors biology course is rigorous, and we just want to be open and transparent about what you've signed up for. So if you need a refresher, please visit the Academic Fair website and you can rewatch our informational video here. But this is considered a college prep pre-AP course. Perhaps you signed up because you're interested in biology. Perhaps you signed up because you're interested in medicine. Perhaps you signed up because you enjoy science and you want to push yourself. Whatever your reason, we're happy to have you. We just want to make sure you hit the ground running and in the right way. So looking at our assignment, the first thing I'm going to emphasize is the due date. It is due on the first time you head into your biology class next year. Not the second time, not the third time, first day, done, completed, and checked in class. In order to make sure that it's done correctly, you're going to need to make sure you purchase the right book. I promise you, we will read 21 chapters in this book. You will get use of it every single day for reading, notes, studying, referencing, concept mapping. Please be sure to purchase the book, and you have to be extra careful this year. We have to go up to the next edition. So this 4th edition with the blue cover is the only acceptable book. You cannot have the 3rd edition that is green. And I will give you a heads up now. Anyone at Sacred Heart Cathedral in the past 5 years has used the 3rd/green edition. If your first chapter is about coffee and caffeine and you notice it's not matching the summer assignment, that means you've purchased the wrong book. Your first chapter is about cell phone radiation. The cover is blue. It reads 4th edition. If you don't have the 4th edition in your possession, please go to Amazon or the school marketplace right now and make that purchase. For the assignment itself, you are to read chapter 1, and you're going to do what we call guided notes. Over the course of the year, we will be giving more and more of the note-taking responsibility onto yourselves, but given that this is probably the first time you've had to read an entire chapter in a scientific text, we are providing you with a note taker to help you with the structure and to ensure you get the proper level of depth. So when you come the first day of school, you can either come with a printed copy of this worksheet completed, or if you would like, you're going to need a notebook for our class regardless, and it's going to need to be single subject. You cannot share it with another class. So if you would rather do that now and purchase the notebook and do the notes in the notebook, you can do that as well, assuming you follow the structure. Okay. I'm in 209. If you need a copy of the worksheet and you for some reason are unable to print it yourself, you can come by. I will have a few, but either print and complete or transfer to your notebook and bring the first day. Okay. You will have a summative assessment in the form of a test or a quiz during the first week of class. It will be on this chapter. It will be based on the topics covered to the appropriate depth as presented in this worksheet. Moving into the worksheet itself, at the beginning of the chapter, every chapter is opening with a story or a phenomenon, and then these driving questions encapsulate the main ideas of the chapter. And they're designed to be questions that are not answered by a single sentence, but perhaps by a small paragraph connecting many ideas within the chapter. So please preview them so you can be certain that you're reading the chapter with the right focus. Just so that you know as you read through, we have already inputted all of the headings in your book. So you look for this heading and then you complete the task below. It's important that you are being thorough and detailed. We are practicing showing our honors level reading and writing skills here, okay? As we come down, I also want to point out that the tables and infographics in our scientific textbook, there is so much key information in these tables and infographics. I can tell you right now, whether they're in honors or general, a huge mistake I see students make in the first quarter is they skip over the tables and infographics, assuming the information is not important, when in fact it is often some key material for the chapter. Please take the time to review the infographics and tables and respond appropriately. Another common issue I see is that students are very quick to just copy over key terms and definitions and call it a go and move on. I can promise you that on your summatives, you will not be asked simple questions of what is the definition for anecdotal evidence. We want to push everyone to be thinking in a way that is requiring them to know the definition, see a scenario, analyze, and make a connection. So in order to do that, if I could just give you the firm reminder, when you have an example in your textbook or when you have multiple, please be sure you're putting extra information such as examples into your key terms, because memorizing key terms and words will not be a recipe for success in this class. Going down, you're going to see similar pattern. We point you toward key infographics, key terms and examples, etc. Moving through, I want to make sure we come to the end. At the end of the chapter, we want you to really practice putting the themes together. The students that understand the narrative and the entirety of the chapter, big picture and at detailed level, are the ones that are going to be the most successful. So we're going to ask you to create 2 concept maps. I'll show you an example. Concept maps are visual creations or visual illustrations that show key ideas within a chapter and how they interact with each other. So we're going to push you guys to please do driving questions 1 and 2 in a concept map, and then driving questions 3 and 4. Okay. If you are unfamiliar and this is your first time doing a concept map, it may be for many of you, I have pulled up a scientific example here. This is just an example from the internet, so please don't take this as the end-all be-all. But why I picked this example is that I liked that the student used color. So I don't know what the rationale was, but I can tell that they were using color to create patterns and visual patterns. So these are perhaps the big ideas that they want to list at the top. They have those in green. They have all abiotic things over here in pink, biotic things in yellow. And the other thing that I liked in particular is that they added words to the arrows. A very simple concept map would just look like a web with lines and arrows, but I think that adding these descriptors will really help you use this when you study for your assessment. Because at the end of the day, if you invest time and energy properly into these notes and into this structure, it will set you up for the year because you will see what the expectation is, and it will give you an amazing study resource for your first summative. So please, it is 1 chapter. During the school year, you would cover 1 chapter in 3 days. You have the summer to do so. But since it is your first chapter, I want you to take the time to go through it slowly and with intention so that we can make sure that we're happy with your final process and ensure that you walk into class feeling prepared. So if you have further questions, please come to 209 and visit me, Ms. Zambrano, or you could also find Ms. Basilio or Mr. Dennison on the floor. Thank you.